every single day you get an opportunity to start again. Every single day you get an opportunity to try something new. Every single day you get an opportunity to improve upon something, to change a habit. Whatever it is that you need to do can happen every single morning that you get up. Please remember that it's never too late. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too sick. You can always do the thing that you want to do and achieve the outcome that you want to achieve.
This is episode 108. I am so happy that you're here, and thank you for joining my show, your coach, Helen Yuskovic. I am on a worldwide mission to help people get confident in putting themselves first, because I used to put myself second my whole life. And because of that, I experienced every unhealthy relationship possible. An unhealthy relationship with myself, my health, my wealth, my intimate relationships, my family, my friends, and my career. I'm now living in an abundance that I used to just dream about. So I want to pave the way for you too. It's time, guys. It's time that you live in the life of your dreams as well. So let's take a step towards that right now. Here's subscribe to my podcast on your app now so that you always tune in to my new episodes. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Micro Mindful Moments. Try saying that 10 times. Micro Mindful Moments, Micro Mindful Moments, Micro Mindful Moments. All right, let's get right into it. I hope everybody is feeling fantastic. I hope that you did something for yourself this weekend and took some time to give yourself a little dose of self-care. Today's Micro Mindful Moments series is all about what I went through the week before or the week before that. And what we're going to start with is number one, what I learned last week. What I learned was that gut problems suck. I must have had some sort of bacterial overgrowth in the gut because my gut was so angry with me. And I was trying to trace back to think, what have I changed recently? And what I changed recently was upping my protein intake, one, as an experiment, and two, because one of my clients has shifted their diets towards a really high protein diet. I didn't go as high as they were, but I did increase my protein more than normal. And let me tell you, my gut complained about that. And I spoke to some health professionals that were like, Helen, you probably don't need that much protein and your body just doesn't know what to do with it all. So I was trying to have protein all throughout the day, however much that I could. And I think what ended up happening is I over-acidified my insides. My body loves an Ayurvedic diet. My body feels really well, feels really healthy, and also heals me from any conditions that I've had through an Ayurvedic diet. And maybe I can do an episode on this because this is how I feed all of my participants at my retreats and with an Ayurvedic diet. And so I try to source chefs that are experienced with this sort of eating style. And we've had Dr. Rafeena on the show before. I'll link to some of her show URLs on the show notes so that you guys can have a listen to them if an Ayurvedic diet is something that you want to maybe introduce or try. You can also join our Facebook group, Master Your Health and Wellness, where we do share recipes as well of Ayurvedic foods. But what I was experiencing was severe bloating and pain. Oh, it makes me cringe just thinking about it. So I would wake up with pain and not wake up at like 6 or 7 a.m. I'm talking waking up at 2 a.m. And I would have to sit up in my bed and just try to go through this pain and breathe and drink water and massage my belly. And the first time it happened, because it happened like twice in 2 weeks, like really bad. And the first time it happened, I was like, yep,
I must have eaten too late in the day and my body didn't digest the food. Then it happened again. And then I was like, okay, no, this is different, because it wasn't that I ate too late. And then I had to retrace my steps and think what changed recently. And that's usually what I do. I always think about what's changed recently. What can I change for the future? So when it comes to gut stuff, I find this really simple, because it's literally about stripping it back and getting back to whole foods. Whole foods heal. I can't stress that enough. So I literally just did that. And it's so nice to have a gut that is not in pain and to have a gut that is happy and healthy. So I run an alkalizing cleanse with my database, my networks, and my clients each year. And I basically did a sort of alkalizing cleanse to heal my gut. So shout out to the rest of you that have gut problems. I have never experienced it like that before. So that's why this is my learning for this series today, because I don't want to feel like that again. So I will do everything that I can now to ensure that that doesn't happen, because if my body's complaining that much, then that means I am doing something wrong in terms of how it is fueled. And the reason that we have to ingest food and consume food and drinks is to give our body the right fuel and the right medicine. There is a saying, and it was, whatever you eat either heals you or it feeds a disease. How's that for food for thought? Excuse the pun. A beautiful moment last week. This is the next part of today's micro mindful moment. And a beautiful moment that I reflected on from the week that was one of my teenage clients saying that our program together has changed his whole point of view. So I do teenage coaching programs, adolescent coaching programs, where we go through a lot of stuff in their world. It's a little bit different to an adult program because the teenage brain is not fully developed. And when I got on the call, because everything's done via Zoom and this person is not here in my area, he's up the coast. And so when we started the session, he said, Helen, I just want to say something to you. And I said, sure. And he said, this whole program's just changed my whole life. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, just everything. It's changed the way that I think about things. I can't believe how lucky I am with my parents. I'm so lucky to have all the things that I have. I'm so lucky that my parents get on as well as they do because they're separated, but they co-parent like a dream. And he actually made me so emotional. And just to hear that, because as a teenager, I never had that safety container to be able to express myself in. And for him to feel so safe to say anything to me and to express gratitude like that just means so much. And it was like the sign that I needed to know that, yep, Helen, you are doing the right thing. You are in alignment with your purpose at the moment. And I just love all my little kitty clients. They always say, be the person that you needed the most. So as a teenager, I think back and I think, like, why am I a coach now? How did I fall into teenage coaching? How did this happen? And it was just a natural progression of current clients or current networks saying, Helen, could you please talk to my child? And that is exactly how I became a coach to adolescents, through parents that I know trusting me enough to help their child. And so I took that as a calling, like, okay, so if this person believes that I can help their child, then I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure I help this child. And so it's just evolved from there. So those of you listening and who reflect back like I do, your purpose will fall in your lap if you are open to it. And I love working on purpose with people as well. If you need any help, just reach out. A podcast or a book that I recommend. So the one that I wanted to share this week is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. Start With Why. If you haven't read this book yet, please do, because it will help you with everything that you do in life. Once you understand your why, your big reason why you need to do the things that you need to do to get the outcome that you really want, life's going to be so much simpler. It's a great read. It's an easy read. You can also get it on Audible. And let me know what you think, or if you've already read it, hit me up and let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to this next point. What I want to improve this week. So what I wanted to improve was my organization. I don't know if it was a mixture of my gut problems making me feel just yuck and demotivated or what, but I feel like my organization skills just got thrown out the window. And this is very normal. So if anyone listening, if you ever feel like you're just not on top of it and you're just like a messy car, do not stress. Just think of it as, the current chaos, but always after chaos, there'll be calm if you want. And so I sat there and I thought, okay, I'm not getting things done at the rate that I want to get things done. Something needs to change. And so I have a beautiful assistant that helps me organize my calendar. Shout out to you, Mari. I call her the whole health guru. She is amazing and fantastic at making sure that my calendar has every little thing that I need to do, as well as white space throughout the day so that I can breathe, maybe have a walk or have some lunch and just do normal things. Because what happens when you are a business operator is you forget to do the things during the day sometimes, like eating lunch or going for a lunchtime walk. I have a specialist appointment that I haven't booked for weeks on end because it's like, you've heard of mum guilt, right? This is like business mum guilt, where like the business is our baby. And if you take time away from it, there's like this guilt. And so sometimes my medical appointments don't get booked in. So organization is what I need to improve on this week. Now, the next part, a tip, a hack, a strategy for this week that I want to share. Eat more fruit. I'm laughing because I'm reflecting on how bad my gut was. So when you eat more fruit, you increase your fiber intake straight away. So fiber is something that our bodies need, okay, our guts need. And I feel like, I'm pretty sure there's studies out there, I haven't got the latest numbers, but our fiber intake as a human species is not enough. Let me just have a quick look here. So for my fellow Australians, according to Better Health, many adults do not consume enough fiber. On average, most Australians consume 20 to 25 grams of fiber daily, and the recommended daily fiber intake is 30 grams for men, and women is 25. Now, I did a little research myself to see how much fiber I was eating a few years ago when I discovered the amazing benefits of fiber, and I was only having about 10 grams of fiber. Now, if you're like me, right, how do you find this out? You can use things like MyFitnessPal. It's a tracking app, and you can see what your fiber intake is. So automatically I was like, oh, not enough fiber. Easy, I'll eat lots of fiber. So I went and got psyllium husk. And if you've ever done this, I'm sorry that you had to go through this too. I thought I would have like a big dose of psyllium husk, which is like a lot of fiber. And boy, did that have the reverse effect. I blocked up, I bloated, I looked like I was pregnant. I spoke to my mentor and he said, Helen, just try a quarter of the dosage, because if you're not having enough fiber, it might shock your body, which it did, which took a while to move through the system, the digestive system. So for those of you that do not have enough fiber, please up your fruit. Please try to have a couple of fruits a day. Please, please, please. They are so good for you. Now, some of the benefits of having more fiber in your diet is it normalizes your bowel movements. So at my retreat this year in Byron Bay, I remember telling everyone on the first day, I said, all right, girls, because it was all girls, I said, I would love for you to get well acquainted with your bathroom today, because you are having an Ayurvedic diet, which is very high fiber. So you will most probably be pooping 1 to 3 times a day. And let me tell you, they all did, and they felt so great. They felt so great by the end of the week. Everyone's skin was glowing. some of those excess kilos that we hold were shed, and it was just brilliant. So some of the other benefits of having more fiber in the diet is that it lowers your cholesterol levels, helps maintain your bowel health, helps control your blood sugar levels, helps you achieve your healthy weight range, helps you live longer. There's just so many benefits. So please, 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 this week, try to have more fruit. And what is the affirmation for this week? My affirmation for you for this week is today is a fresh start. Every single day, you get an opportunity to start again. Every single day, you get an opportunity to try something new. Every single day, you get an opportunity to improve upon something, to change a habit. Whatever it is that you need to do can happen every single morning that you get up. Please remember that it's never too late. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too sick. You can always do the thing that you want to do and achieve the outcome that you want to achieve. So please repeat this phrase every single day this week. Today is a fresh start. And that's it for this week's micro mindful moments. I should have called it mini mindful moments. It's just so much easier off the tongue. Maybe I will. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love you all. I love your feedback. Please leave me a review if you have time on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, and reach out if you need anything at all. Thank you times infinity for spending time with me. It really means a lot. Putting yourself first will really help escalate your goals, your dreams, and I love being on the journey with you. So make sure you come and tell me on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, and comment below this podcast photo to share your thoughts on my show today. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify so that I can keep bringing amazing value to you. I'm sending you truckloads of love, power, and joy. Bye for now.